Hi everyone. Tonight I'm going to show you guys how to give yourself an at-home manicure. Here are a few of the things that you are going to need. You're going to need some cotton, some cuticle remover. Doesn't matter the brand. I happen to like the creative nail design. A base coat, a top coat, and your preferred nail color. Since this is for the fall, I am using one from last season from Essie. It is Smoking Hot, number 739. It's a really pretty, like purplish, grayish color. And also, we're going to have some fun with some LA Splash nail art glitter. Something that I just found at the drugstore, pretty inexpensive, but I love the effects that it gives. Some water. I like to use very hot water with some hand lotion in there and a little hand soap. A buffer, nail file, clippers, cuticle nippers if you need it, and I like to use a metal cuticle pusher. So here we go. Okay, I like to sit on my floor when I do my manicure. That's why you see me like this. And also, you're not seeing my face because I have a mask on, so you can just see my hands tonight. I've already taken off the old polish color, and I'm actually going to cut them down and file them just because I'm always in people's faces. Don't really want to scratch them. Okay, next we're going to file it. I like to use something that's not too hard so it doesn't break your nails. So I like my nails kind of oval, a little bit, actually squared, but the ends kind of oval. So I found a pretty easy trick to get that done. I kind of file them straight across first. And to get rid of the edges and make them a little oval, I just hold my nail file directly under it, kind of laying flat, and just very softly file away at the edges. And it gives it a really pretty finish. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all my nails. Okay, now I'm going to add my cuticle remover and I'm going to soak them. The reason I filed my nails first before I soak them is so they're not super soft when I file them. You know, after you get them out of water, the nails are a little bit soft. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to one hand first. So I do one hand before I do the other. Give me one working hand. Okay, I let them soak for about 2 minutes. And now I'm going to softly, after I wipe my hands with a paper towel, remove the excess remover. Now I'm going to softly just push them back. And you're going to see that you're, just going to be like cuticle that just dissolves. This stuff is amazing. Just very gently push them back. Okay, I did that to both hands. Just one at a time. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and remove, with my cuticle nippers, just a little bit of excess cuticle that's still attached. You're not really cutting your cuticle. You don't want to do that. You're kind of just removing what's already off, just having detached. You don't ever want to cut into your cuticles. You don't want to bleed, get an infection, cut them incorrectly. Just want to clean them up nicely. I forgot to take this out before, but next I'm going to add some solar oil or any cuticle oil will do. Right now, just add them to the cuticle. This is also really good to do every night, just to keep your cuticles nice and manageable and soft. If you keep this by your bed, I find that you remember to put it on every night, other than, having it in your purse or in a drawer. I rub it in really, really good now. And now we're going to buff it, just very lightly. Again. Get rid of any ridges, small ridges that you may have, any cuticle that's left over on the sides or on the top. We're going to do it really good with this now. I gently, just with the soft part of this, just go along my cuticle area just to make sure it's nice and clean. Kind of pushing back with it. And again on the sides. Okay, after buffing them, now I just went and washed my hands. Now then, we're going to be ready to paint very soon, but before that, we want to remove any excess oil, dirt, anything that still might be in your nails. And also, you want to get them nice and clean because it makes the polish actually last longer. When you paint your nails, when there's still oil left on them, it kind of doesn't let the polish adhere to the nail bed as good as it should. So with a little bit of alcohol or nail polish remover, I just like to wipe my nail bed. Try not to go, touch the cuticle area that much. Just you want to get the nail bed really nice and clean. And because there is oils on your hands, don't go like this, touch it with your fingers. Try to keep them clean and oil free. Okay. Now, time to paint them. Base coat. I like to use Creative Nail Design. It's called Sticky, and I believe it does just that. My hands are in water about 90% of the time, and I can make a manicure last pretty much at least 5 days. Nice thin coat on each nail. Okay, now I'm going to do 2 coats of this pretty gray that I love. I usually wear it year-round, but especially in the fall. I switch back and forth between OPI, You Don't Know Jocks, which is my absolute favorite gray, and this one. So we're going to do 2 coats of this. Okay, something that I forgot to talk about before, and I reminded myself because I just messed up a nail, is when you're painting your own nails, kind of start from the outside going in. So when you're, because if you kind of start over here, you're leaning over and you're gonna mess up, or like put your hand on your nail and kind of screw it up like I just did to that one. So if you start on the outside and you work your way in, it leaves that area free. That's it. And now we're gonna do top coat. I like to use this outdoor just because it dries quickly. I usually don't have a lot of time, and I am not patient to let them dry. Okay, now I didn't add base coat purposely to my two ring fingers. What I did was put on, I'm going to put on a coat, base coat on it again, because we're going to do something fun. And I'm going to add this nail art glitter. They're like $5 at Dwayne Reed's or any drugstore. And while it's wet, I'm just going to dip my finger pretty much in there. Tap your finger in there for a little bit of the excess. Don't worry so much about the stuff around your nail, because after you wash your hands, that'll come right off. And also you don't want to push it in there very deeply because you don't want it to be too thick. You don't want it to smush. You just want to lightly just press it in there again. And now you can do this. It doesn't have to be to your ring finger. You can do this, do a French manicure like this. They have very different colors. This is, I believe, Onyx that I'm using, but they have a lot of different colors. This right here, this one will be pretty cool to do a nice little French manicure and just do the tips sparkly. This one is called Golden Egg. It's like a nice little golden, pretty color. But again, put on the base coat and lightly just press your finger in there till it's covered. Tap it. Again, don't worry about so much about the sides or anything like that, because that'll get cleaned off after you wash your hands. Now, since those are the only two that don't have a top coat, now I'm going to go ahead and seal it with the top coat, just right over it. This top coat I use specifically when I'm using glitter, because it will have glitter left on the brush unless you don't care that it's gonna get on something else. And there you go. Again, don't worry about the sides. We'll clean that up later.